Freddy Mak figure it all out? Freddy Mak, a moderate liberal, raised Muslim, landscaper, real estate agent, rideshare driver, divorced father of 3 who's still looking for love, is just trying to figure it all out. Can he? Well, he thinks he can, and he's looking for your help. Join him as he talks about everything. Get ready for a different take on all the hot topics today. Not everything is black and white with Freddy Mak. Buckle up. Welcome to We Gotta Talk, damn it.
All right. Hello and welcome to We Gotta Talk, damn it, a podcast where common sense and logic rule. I'm your host, Freddy Mak, a tech. You can call me Freddy. You can call me Freddy Mak. Just don't call me late for dinner. And make sure you don't forget my dessert, which is, for those of you who listen to this podcast, already know that it is chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream. You smash all that stuff together and it is nice hot cup of black coffee, and we are in business. So before we get started on the next podcast, which, as you know, we're doing a whole segment now on dating, relationships, etc. We're going to try to figure this out. We got to try to figure this out because boy, oh boy, have times changed. So for more information on this podcast as well as other podcasts, or if you want to be a guest on this show, I got some great guests coming up. They say, Freddie, we like what you're saying, but you need to have, some ladies on here with their point of view. And of course, I mean, absolutely. I just can't sit here and, be a talking head and not have somebody on with different views, or just their ideas and what they are seeing, their perception of what's going on out there in the dating world. So for more information on this one as well as others, all you have to do is go to www.wegottotalkdammit.com, and you'll find links to all the 7 different podcast platforms that this show is on, as well as YouTube channel. And you can email me directly at Freddy@wegottotalkdammit.com if you want to be a guest, or if you have any questions or a topic that you want to talk about. So I don't have a PhD. I don't have a master's degree. I don't have any of that stuff. I have a master's and a PhD in experience, okay? And although I'm not discrediting those folks, right? You can get some great advice from them. You can read some books, get some ideas, listen to some podcasts on dating and relationships. But I think the best advice that you can get is from somebody who's had experience, right? And so we talk about it. A lot of times, people who write these books and the therapists and stuff like that, they're very clinical. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. They are probably spot on a lot of things, because they understand people and they study people. But sometimes it's when you have that experience and you are there, you're in it, right? You can say, oh my God, I actually experienced this, and this is exactly what happened. So, all right. So let's move on real quick. I want to mention something though. There's here in the podcast world, we help each other out, right? So we promote other podcasts and stuff like that, which is cool, because nowadays everybody has accessibility to do a podcast. It's easy, it's simple. And if you have an idea, you buy yourself a mic, you buy yourself a camera, some editing software, and before you know it, you can get yourself a podcast. But I want you to take a listen to Carl and J-Man, Save the World podcast. They are 2 Native Americans who are talking about living in the 21st century. So very intriguing podcast. These guys are great. They're very, very mellow, which is cool. I'm a little bit more triggered. Okay. But they talk about a lot of stuff. So you'll see a link in the description. Highly recommend checking them out. They are great. They're spot on with a lot of their stuff, and their focus is a lot, on women, right? They get a lot of women that listen to their podcast, and for good reason. So I'm going to leave it at that. Listen to it and let me know what you think, or shoot them an email. You can see it in the description, and let them know what you think about their podcast. But great podcast, great guys, and love them to death. So anyway, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about dating experiences, right? Like just dates that went bad, right? I mean, we could talk about the dates that went great, but that's kind of boring, right? I mean, it's great that a date goes well. It's not boring. We want to know why it went great, right? And what was the chemistry there, right? And what made it work, right? So, and I've said in past podcasts that body, mind, and soul, you got to have all three of those together in order for a podcast to work. Now, you can be, super, super sexually attracted to somebody, but if you're not thinking the same way in the heart and the mind, I mean, the sex is only going to go so far. And as well as the other parts, right? If you think alike, you act alike, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe we agree on that. But the physical aspect sucks. I know a lot of people out there are like, well, physical is not everything. Well, no, it's not, but it is part of the equation. And if you don't like what you are looking at, if you don't like who you are in bed with, then it's not going to work. So it's got to be chemistry. I'm not talking about perfect bodies and perfect this and no, chemistry. You got to have that chemistry. So, and I talked about that in previous podcasts, and I'm going to keep bringing it up because I think it's important and I think people miss it. But I'm going to, what I want to focus on today, okay, here I go again, getting off topic, right, are really the batshit crazy experiences that people have had. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because I truly believe that women think that they are the only ones that experience batshit crazy dates. Well, I'm here to tell you, I've experienced some batshit crazy dates. Okay, so I got to tell you, I'm gonna preface this by saying, kind of off topic a little bit, but that's my MO. That's what I do. I get yelled at by my cousin Dave all the time. Shout out to Dave. He goes, Fred, you got to stay on topic. I'm like, I am. It's just changing it up a little bit. What's the big deal? I got to tell you, we're going to talk about batshit crazy experiences, and the women that I haven't had batshit crazy experiences with are Canadian women. So I'm going to give a shout out to all you Canadian women out there. I have no problem dating people across the border, right? I know a lot of Canadian women don't like to do that. And then maybe there's a lot of men that don't like, men from the States that don't like to do that either. But I got to tell you, it hasn't been a lot, maybe since I've been single, or since I've been divorced in 2009. Maybe I've dated, half dozen, 10, not dated, but went on dates with Canadian women. And from the start to the end, and when I mean end, I mean, well, this is probably not going to work out, right? Something's not connecting with the body, mind, and soul, right? I have never had a bad experience. They give their number out readily. You don't have to go through this 5-page resume. You don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing or using the wrong grammar for them to get triggered. And it's insanity, right? And they're just so easygoing, and they flow, and sure, I'll give you my number. They got nothing to hide and nothing. Oh, well, Freddie, they don't know if you're batshit crazy. Well, I don't know if she's batshit crazy either. This phone right here is amazing, right? You can block people. You can actually block people. If they're batshit crazy, you block them. That's simple. I just don't get it. That fear factor involved in dating. And from what I can see, Canadian women do not have it. So you can yell at me all you want. I know American women out there are probably going to get pissed off at me. And that's not to say that all American women are bad. Absolutely not. I'm just saying, when I look at the two experiences, right? I can, connect with an American woman, connect with a Canadian woman. And my experience, it goes much smoother, the whole dating process, if you will, with a Canadian woman. Now, whether or not you connect or not, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic. So I'm just going to give you just my experience in the last few months, the batshit crazy experiences that I've had. So you women out there who think that you are the only ones that experience, dickhead men. Well, men experience batshit crazy women. Plain and simple. I mean, plain and simple. It's out there. Now, the key is, are we going to let it stop us? Are we going to let it bother us to the point where we're not going to date and we're going to fear every single person that we come in contact with? Absolutely not. It's stupid. It's stupid. Men are assholes. I get it. You know, they like to send dick pics. They like to do stupid shit. And we're gonna talk about what men do wrong and what women do wrong on another podcast, okay? Because women do a lot of things wrong too. They send mixed messages, and men are just can be complete assholes. But I get it. Not all women are like that. Not all men are like that. So nowadays you got to go through the process to figure out who's legit and who's not legit. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, should it hinder you from moving forward or being scared? Oh, I don't know. I've been hurt before. Ugh, the drama. So I'm going to go from mild to worse, okay? Not necessarily in the order that it happened, and from mild to worse. So I'm going to give you something a little bit mild, right? Now, I'm on several dating sites, and one I pay for. And that's eHarmony. That's the only one that I will pay for. I think that eHarmony is the best dating site. No, I'm not getting paid for this. The sponsor. Maybe I should, huh? But eHarmony is the best. And here's why eHarmony is the best. Because you don't have to scroll. You don't have to go, do the scrolling process and, searching and this and that. It's tough, and they're expensive too. They really are. But it is what it is. So they literally will find the folks for you. They'll say, hey, we got 10 more matches for you based on, what you said you like. That you'll spend about 30 minutes answering questions and going through the whole process for them to figure out who you are. Now, the only thing I don't like about eHarmony, I can't see, here I go again, off tangent a little bit, but it's important. It's important. The only thing I don't like about eHarmony is that they don't allow a part of the process where they get to know you, what kind of body type you like. Okay. And they want to match you based on personality, which is great. Body or soul, mind. I get that. But again, it comes back. Why not eHarmony? Why not? I mean, some men like women that are a little heavy. Some men like women that are super skinny. Some men like women that are super athletic, and vice versa. Right? Some women like dad bods. Some women like six-pack abs. Some women don't mind a man that's a teddy bear. Why not talk about the physical? I get it. It's not everything, but it's important. It's a part of the puzzle. It's a part of the pie. It absolutely is. Okay, so anyway, I'm on eHarmony. This girl reached out to me, said we're a match. Hi, Freddy. And then the conversation went from there. She's a nurse, super busy. I get it, right? She goes, so I said, hey, why don't we exchange numbers? I'm very quick with that because once you're not going to get to know somebody through endless emails. It's just not going to happen. So a couple correspondence, you matched. Hi, how are you? Great. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, why don't we talk on the phone? Great. Exchange numbers. And she starts off with, I'm super busy this week, but we can text. I'm sorry to say, ladies, but that's a little bit of a red flag, because is that what you're going to say to your guy when you are in a relationship and say, hey, I can't talk this week, but maybe we can text once in a while? Weird. That's just, I don't know. It's just weird to me, right? To me, it seems like that's as good as it's going to get. And boy, was I right. I was right. So check it out. So we set a time to finally talk on the phone. We get on the phone. But prior to that, we were going back and forth. We had really good conversation through text messaging. It was really great getting to know each other. She wasn't as engaged as I would have liked her to be, because I'm more of an engaging person. What do you like to do in your free time? What do you like to? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite Netflix? What's your genre of movie? What's your favorite song? I like to do that stuff. And she wasn't so much saying, and what's yours? And what's yours? Right? A little bit, but okay. Nitpick. Maybe I'm being a little nitpicky, but that's okay. That's okay. But I noticed that. I like an engaging conversation, okay, where it's two-sided. And I'm not saying it was only one-sided, but it wasn't as engaging as I would have liked it, okay? So we finally get on the phone, and we're talking, and it's going well, right? And she goes, 7 minutes in, and the reason why I know it's 7 minutes is because I got off the phone and looked at and said, oh, wow, that was short, darn it. But she had to cut it off. She said her brother's calling. He keeps calling me. He's blowing my phone up. Let me see what's going on. And I'm a kind of guy, trusting guy. I believed her, and it ended up being absolutely true. Okay, so she said, "Can I call you back?" I said, "Great, no problem. Call me back." So 10 o'clock rolled along, got nothing from her. And again, I learned a long time ago, never, ever assume anything, right? Because could have been an emergency. Maybe she got off the phone and she wasn't feeling well, or she needed to go to sleep, or whatever it might be. So never assume anything, right? Never, ever. It's part of the 4 agreements, right? And I didn't. I said, okay, well, maybe she'll reach out to me tomorrow. Something happened. Her brother called. Maybe it's an emergency. So she texted me the next morning. She goes, "Oh my God, that was so rude. I should have texted you back right away before I went to bed. My brother was on the phone with me for an hour, and then my boss called, and then it was too late. But I still should have texted you in between phone calls." And she apologized. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I can dig it. But never no follow up. Let's talk again. Let's figure this out. And I'm I can be a pretty creative guy when it comes to trying to figure things out, right? So I said, "Hey, listen, since you're kind of busy right now, how about if we just set a time right now to get together? Set an hour out of your time, and I'll set an hour out of my time, and we'll get together and sit down and have a beverage and chat for an hour and take it from there." And then she said, and this is really it confuses me. Help me out. Help me out over there too. Help me out. I'm talking to the live that I got going on with TikTok. So hi TikTok. I am confused by this statement. She said, "Freddie, I'll be quite honest with you. I'm still a little nervous about going out on dates because of COVID." She's a nurse, triple vax. She's not, she's in it. She sees it. I get it. She's never got COVID though. She's been triple vax, and she works as a nurse. I think actually a nurse administrator. I think she's in administration. I'm not sure. I don't remember, or maybe a little bit of both. Again, I'm thinking to myself, why are you on this? It goes back to my first podcast that dating sites suck. Okay. Because I don't understand why you are on this dating site if you are not willing to go out on a date. We correspond for over a week. You laughed at the stuff that I said. She goes, "Oh my God, I love that too. Oh my God, that's great." There was good connection going on there. Not the greatest, because I like more engagement, but it was good. I never felt like she was blowing me off, if you will. Right? I never thought that. I thought it was good. And then because I would get random text messages from her like, "Hi, good morning. Hope you have a great day." So we're good. Right? So in my mind, okay, I don't want to call her a liar. Maybe there was something I said or did, but I look back at the conversation. It was always polite. There was nothing sexual about any of our conversation. Never sent the dick pic. Hint, hint, men. Okay. And I never will. I don't even send those if I'm dating somebody. Not happening. Stupid. So anyway, and vice versa. I don't want to see I want to see more sexy stuff, right? It tease me a little bit. Don't go full Monty, if you will. But anyway, again, getting off topic. Very confused. I'm like, okay, sounds good. And then it just diminished. It just went away. So again, ladies, if you are not, now some of you might say, "Well, she was letting you down easy, Fred." But what was there to let down? She reached out to me. The correspondence went on for over a week before we actually talked on the phone for that 7 minutes. She apologized right away. Not right away, the next day. I didn't engage with her. She engaged with me. So there was good back and forth, if you will. Again, do men have to worry about saying the wrong word, or not putting a complete sentence together, or maybe mispronouncing something? What is it? Because I can't figure out what happened in that time frame for her to use that as an excuse if she did not want to really legitimately go out with me. And the reason why I believe her, because she could have just simply blocked me and not responded and ghosted me. That would have been easier, right? But I actually believed her. She was not comfortable going out on a date. Some of you may say, well, when she signed up, then maybe she was. I'm going to call BS, okay? Because you were still communicating with me. So that means you're still willing to go out, okay? I am not on these dating sites to have idle conversation with strangers. I'm just not. I am on them to meet a partner. Simple. So ladies, if you're on there on dating sites, okay, because you want attention or because you're looking just for conversation or you're looking for a friend, get off them. Just don't waste your time and don't waste the guy's time, okay? So that's a mild experience, okay? Over and done with. It's good, okay? Now, another one. I'm going to title this, You Cannot Tell a Woman Anything. Forget it. Even if it's coming from the heart and you're not controlling her, you're just making a suggestion, forget it. So, I take a gummy every night. I do not like getting high. I don't smoke it. I can't stand it. I can't stand the smell. I just take it to help me sleep. Take a half. It just chills me out. I don't even get high. I don't even get the munchies. I take it before I go to bed, and boom, I'm out like a light. Well, maybe once in a while I might feel like munchies coming on, but before all that mess happens, I'm in bed, and it helps me sleep through the night. Somebody suggested it to me because I drink a lot of water throughout the day. I run and I keep myself hydrated a lot. So I found myself waking up a lot going to the bathroom. And no, I don't have a problem down there with urinating and all that crap. So anyway, talk to my doctor and it's all good. So he said, hey, why don't take a gummy? It'll help you. You don't need a lot. Just, you can even do it one with CBD in it. It'll help you out. I said, okay, I'll try it out. And it worked. It was fantastic, right? Fantastic. So let me clear my throat here a little bit. A little coffee, actually. So I said, I met this girl, okay, and we kind of engaged a little bit in the past through the dating sites, but we never really got together. But anyway, we're talking and everything like that. She said something about 420 friendly. I said, well, do you smoke it or do you use a pen? And she goes, I use a pen. I don't want to. I honestly don't want to date anyone who smokes because I don't like the smell. It's pungent. Okay, long story short, I ended up at her house. And, we were just chatting and everything. Like I said, we knew each other from before, but it just never happened. I don't remember why. It was a long time ago. Saw her on Bumble. We ended up hooking up again. And that's why I ended up at her apartment kind of for like a first date, if you will. But nothing happened. There was nothing sexual there. We just went there and I just went there, chatted. We were considering going out and having a beverage or whatever, but we just ended up talking, and it was actually kind of nice, right? I'm like, okay, we got good connection here, and we started talking about gummies and marijuana. She says she doesn't smoke; she just uses a pen. I said, okay, cool, because like I said, I don't like the smell. You want to get high? I don't care. It's less like getting buzzed from drinking, whatever. I don't care. I just don't like the smell. It bothers me. Okay. It's pungent to me. It's not sexy. It's like kissing somebody and being around somebody who smokes cigarettes. It's got the same nastiness to me with it, right? So I said, well, I got to go. Let me go grab my gummy in the car since I do a gummy because I take it like an hour before I go to bed. So it was like 9 o'clock-ish or so. So by the time I got home, it was taking effect and everything's good. So she goes, well, can I have one? And I said, well, take a half and then take the other. So the next day she goes, oh my God, that was the greatest ever. I mean, I slept like a baby. I said, I know, it's great, right? It just relaxes your whole body. I said, next time we get together, I'll get your whole pack on me. She goes, no, I'll pay for it. I said, no, it's all good. On me. So we got together again. And I said, here you go. And she right away took a half. And then she started kind of fidgeting. I said, what's wrong? She goes, I'm looking for my smoke. I said, your smoke? What do you mean? You smoke cigarettes? And she goes, no, I'm looking for my smoke. I'm looking for my weed. I said, your weed? I thought you said you did a pen. She goes, well, I'm looking for that. And I said, okay, cool. I said, are you sure you want to take that and the gummy? Because, both they give a different effect, right? So the gummy gives you more like a body buzz, even though you're still buzzing in your head. It relaxes your whole body, and the smoke, from what I understand, because I haven't done it in years, it's more of a head buzz, right? And I remember that back in my high school years. So she goes, I need my smoke. I said, okay, but be careful because you've never done a gummy before, and you're liking it. I get it, but if you're going to start smoking now, whether it's a pen or whatever it is, it's a different feeling. It gives you a different reaction. You sure you want to do? Don't. And she just went down my throat, right? Don't tell me what to do. This is my house. You can't tell me what to do. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not telling her what to do. I'm just asking her to be concerned and be careful, because they're two different. I've heard nightmare stories of people taking too much gummy, too much smoke. They freak out. And that's the way I am. That's my mentality. That's my personality, like being cautious. I wasn't telling her what to do. I just said, are you sure you want to do that? Just be careful. And I said, can I please, I was trying to say, can I please explain myself? I walked out the door, and that was the end of that. End of that. So what did I do that was so wrong? I don't get it. It's just one person being concerned about another person, right? And I would have said the same thing to her if she started drinking alcohol with that gummy, because I've heard people have nightmare stories where they're drunk and they take a gummy and they get like comatose. I mean, they like calling 911 because they're freaking out, because their body is like freaking out and going into spasms. It's a different type of feeling. So I'm just the kind of guy, are you going to mix this? Be careful, right? So I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyway, that was the end of that. Okay, one final story here, and then we're going to cut it off. So, for those of you who know me, my outro's a little long. But I'll try to make this one really, really short because it is a long story. So met, again, Ani Harmony. She was a little far away. She was a good 2 hours away. And I don't have a problem with long distance relationships. I really don't. I'm a spontaneous guy. I prefer closer, within an hour. But 2 hours, okay, that's manageable, right? You could still make plans during the week, definitely on the weekend. It's manageable. So we're talking, and I say, hey, since you live so far away, why don't we have our first date through FaceTime? She goes, oh my God, FaceTime, I gotta make sure I look good and blah, blah. Now, there were a lot of red flags prior to that, before I suggested. I didn't suggest it right away. She gave me one phone number, which was an Android. And those of you who have an iPhone know how you could tell because it's green. And then she said, because I sent her a video of my podcast, a portion of it, and she said it won't open up. Try this number, and she gave me an iPhone. I said, well, why do you have two different numbers? She goes, well, I was stalked by somebody one time. And I said, oh, okay. And actually, it's actually a good idea. Sometimes they do recommend dating experts, if you will. I put that in quotes. Suggest, hey, get a Google number, right? Just in case, just to be safe, right? But then again, nowadays you can just block like crazy. But I said, okay, I got it. So, but during our conversations, there was a lot of red flags, right? Her stories. She said, oh, I was doing a podcast at one time. And then I would talk to her about the podcast. She goes, no, I didn't do it. I mean, I have all the stuff for it. My ex-husband, my husband at the time, she's a widow, got me all the stuff. And then she would tell a story about her son, and then it kind of changed. So there was a few red flags. She wasn't consistent with her stories, but very, nice lady. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? And so we're chatting. And then one night she says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm getting ready to go to my friend's house who does a podcast, and he and I, we promote each other's podcasts once a month, and what's new, what's on the agenda, and all that stuff." And she goes, "Okay, well, I got a 5:15 appointment. Maybe we can FaceTime." I said, "Oh, you want to do it now?" Now let's back up a little bit. She said she wanted to do it, the next day. She was prepared to do it. She gave me a time when she wanted to do a FaceTime video. And she goes, "No, I can do it now. I'm ready now." So I said, "Okay." So we FaceTime, and and she looked good. I mean, a little too much makeup for me, just a little, not crazy. I'm more of a natural kind of guy. I don't like a lot of makeup. But it was a great conversation, right? It was a great conversation, and we're getting along and everything. I said, "Well, hey, listen, I gotta go. I gotta go meet my friend. You gotta go to your doctor's appointment at 5:15," and so she said, "Okay, well, maybe we can chat later." I said, "Okay, fine, great." So we hang up. We're done. 10 minutes later, I get a text message from her. She goes, "I think I'm starting to like you. I really enjoyed our FaceTime conversation." I go, "Oh my God, thank you very much. I did as well. Hopefully we can chat later when we're all done with our appointments." So I do my thing. She does her thing. 8:15 rolls along. I'm actually on my way home. I'm thinking to myself, okay, when I get home, get settled, give her a call. And or text her to see if she can chat. And all of a sudden I get a text message from her. She goes, "Oh my God, I'm going to have to go in for an MRI tomorrow. My doctor says I might have cancer." Now, again, I don't know a lot about the medical field, if you will. I don't know about this emergency MRI stuff. But again, a red flag right away. The doctor thinks no. She said the doctor said it looks like cancer. You have to go in for an MRI. It just seemed bizarre to me. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can back all this stuff with my text messages. I am not lying about everything. Anything. I'm not lying about everything. I'm not lying about anything." Even the cops looked at it. Yes, the cops, and you'll see why. So I said, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. Keep me posted. I hope everything works out. When are you going in for your MRI?" And I'm thinking, this 8:00. How does she know that? You got to get an appointment. It almost made it sound like it's an emergency MRI, which I've never heard of. But okay, I don't know. I don't know this stuff. So, and then as I sent that message of sympathy and empathy, if you will, not sympathy, but empathy, she said, "By the way, I thought you said we were going to talk tonight. You're just like all the rest of the guys. You're a piece of shit." And I'm telling you, the first thing I thought of was, does she got the right guy? Does she got the right guy? Because I thought she had the wrong guy. I really did. I thought she had the wrong guy. And I said, "Are you talking to me?" And she goes, "Yeah, you're just like the rest of you. You're a piece of shit. You say one thing and then you do another thing. It's all about you, 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 you." Her and I agreed that Donald Trump was a complete asshole. And she said, "You're just like Donald Trump. Everything's about you. You're selfish." And now I'm driving. I was using voice to text at first. I decided I'm not going to say anything until I get back because this is like freaking me out. I'm like, what happened here? What happened? So the text messages went on. She goes, "I don't know when you go to sleep. Sometimes you say 9, sometimes you say 10. And I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with the tea in China? It's 8:15 here. I'm confused. So I get home, and before I got out of my car, I called her. I said, "Hey, I don't want to give her name." And I said, "What's going on here? I'm a little and before I can even get half a sentence out, she just started raising her voice and going at it again. Okay. And I said, "Are you going to let me finish?" 3 times. Each time I did raise my voice a little bit, and she stopped. I said, "Are you going to let me finish?" And she said no and hung up the phone on me. And then all hell broke loose from there. Just to summarize a little bit, I took the high road as she was sending me all these nasty messages. I mean, just nasty. "You're a piece of crap. You're just like other men. You're a piece of shit. Everything's like you. Oh my God, look at your followers on your podcast. I have 2 million." Now remember, she said she had a podcast and then she didn't have a podcast, and then she was actually suggesting I could help her out, build her podcast, and now she has 2 million podcasts. Okay, So I tried to explain my story, and then I literally took the high road. I said, okay, thank you very much for your opinion. I appreciate it. It doesn't look like we're going to be a good match. And then she said, are you ever going to shut up? Do you always have to have the last word? I said, actually, no, I don't. You're the one that's sending paragraphs, and I'm the one that's acknowledging and wishing you luck. So, but if you want to continue going on, I will shut up. And then I shut up. And she sent 3 other ones, and she goes, like 2 hours later, she says, good for you. It's about time you shut your damn mouth. It's okay. So the next day rolled along, and she went to her other phone, okay, and went at it again. And this time they were threats. I know who you are. I know where you live. I told my brothers about you. Have a good time on vacation, because I told her where I was going. She goes, I put the word out of my people in that state that you're going to. Good luck. Watch over your back. I mean, complete and utter threats. Completely. Now, was I really worried? Not really, because I'm not an expert necessarily in people and how they react and why they react the way they are. I'm always intrigued about it. I'm always interested in it. But what I gathered from her was somebody who was bipolar, who got triggered for some reason about something in her life, and it seems like I know where you live, like trying to get me back for something. So I contemplated calling the police. I said, I personally made the assessment that she was no threat, and actually the cops made the same assessment. But they said it still was a good idea to call, to put it on record, just to make sure in case something does happen. Okay? So I called the police. They came. And we chatted. I told him exactly what happened. I showed him the text message, and he's looking at the text message and going, wow. I said, so what happened between this one and this one? Because she said, I really enjoyed our conversation. I'm really starting to like you. And then she went batshit crazy. I said, you're looking at it. That's it. And he went, wow, okay, something's not right here. And the lady chimed in and said, we hear this all the time. I know where you live, and it's really kind of, it's non-threatening, if you will. But again, they said you did the right thing. And, so you go, what do you want me to do? They said, what do you want me to do? You want me to file a report, or you want me just to call her? I said, listen, just call her. Just call her. Say, just leave me alone. Okay, that's it. Just leave me alone. So they left, and he said block her. And I kind of disagreed with that, because if she had anything else up her sleeve, I wanted her to expose herself. So I kind of left her unblocked for a few days. But he called her that night, got the voicemail. Obviously, she got the voicemail because she did reply back like an hour later after he left the message and she said, LOL, leave you alone. I don't know if that was a question or a statement. I don't know. But that's the last that I heard from her. Okay. So there you go. There you go. And I did end up blocking her. So, but see, this is, men, and is that going to stop me? Is that going to, make me put my guard up now? Like I'm never going to, no, of course not. What do I care? I mean, she very well could be mafia. I don't know. But I blocked her. Know your surroundings. I called the cops. What else can you do? What else can you do? I'm just thankful that I never really met her. Never went past, talking on the phone. But that's why you correspond on the email, on the dating site. Then you text, and then you get on the phone. It's the get that feeling type of thing, right? And my feelings were kind of like red flag. And she exposed herself, and they always do. Men will expose themselves too, especially when they randomly send a dick pic. So, and then that's not the person for you. Then you block them. Blocking is a beautiful thing. Okay, clearly you never give out your address. I gave her a little too much information about me, like my podcast and where I was going on vacation. So that was a little, I probably shouldn't have did that, but listen, ladies, men have to worry too. Maybe not as much, I don't know, as as women do, but we have to worry as well too. So anyway, there you go. So it happens all the time. My point of all this is that don't let it stop you. There's crazy out there. I don't know what's going on. It's worse than ever. I mean, it used to be so simple, right? You go to a party, you had 2 hours to meet somebody. Hey, what's your name? Here's my phone number. And that's it. So now, next episode, I'm going to talk about, safety measures for ladies and even men too, but mostly safety measures for ladies. Don't be afraid to go out on a date. Even if there was a little red flag or maybe you're being too cautious or whatever, I have got safety tips for you that I did not hear about from anybody. I made them up myself. They are rock solid and they're almost foolproof. I mean, really, it'll help you enjoy your date without worrying about whether or not this guy is a creep. Okay? And I got just the perfect remedies for you. I've ran this by some of my female friends, and they go, "Wow, I never thought of that. I never ever." Now maybe it's out there. I don't know. Maybe it's out there in print somewhere for ladies to do. I've never seen it. The only thing I've seen for safety is get a Google number, right? And then don't give your real number. So and and that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a good way to save. And a lot of women they'll if the man gives their first and last name, they'll Google. I've had women Google my name all the time. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. But there are other measures to take for you ladies to feel very comfortable on that date, not worrying about, oh my God, is he a creep? Oh my God, is he going to try to rape me? Oh my God, is he going to throw me into his car? Oh my God, is he being super nice but trying to fool me? Oh my God, is he going to throw something in my drink? Got it all. Got it all for you to go on a nice, safe, healthy, enjoyable date without worrying about all the negative shit, okay? Because we are just compounded with it, right? So anyway, so that's what's going to be the next podcast, going out on a date and having a great time and doing it safely. So, okay. All right. If you want any more information on this podcast as well as other podcasts, just go to www.wgttalkdammit.com. That's GOTTA. WeGottaTalkDammit.com, and you'll find everything you need there. If you want to be a guest, if you're local, you can come in studio here. It's not much, but it is a studio. Or we can do a Zoom. And you know what? I like to keep it like grassroots, people with actually had experience, right? But if you are, a PhD or you got a master's in relationships and you've been in it, would love to have you on. I would love to have your opinion to see whether or not I'm cuckoo or not, right? Am I, being stupid? Am I wrong with my thinking? So I would love to hear that because, I'm a pretty flexible guy. Oh, well, sorry about that. A little out of control. But anyway, all right. Thanks, folks, for listening. Look forward to hearing your comments, your questions. Look forward to more engagement on this whole ongoing saga of dating, marriage, divorce, dating. Oh, my. So, okay. All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. And remember, don't ever forget this. We gotta talk, damn it. Peace out.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Head to our website and suggest topics you'd like to see covered on a future episode, as well as joining Freddy Mak as a guest to talk about previous episodes or to promote a cause, product, charity, or your unique business. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time because we gotta talk, damn it.